Ladies and gentlemen, happy Halloween! In honor of the best holiday ever, in today's video, I am going to be going over every team and giving you the scariest player from their roster. Now, scary doesn't just mean physical form. Scary could mean they're just a scary dominant player. Could mean they look like a scary person. Or it could mean the fact that they could literally lift a truck. You know, there's a lot of different variables into this. Couple of plugs as always. Don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel or Prize Picks, where you can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products or match up to $100 of your first deposit. But that's all we got. Let's get into every team's scariest player. Alright, so here we are at the tier list. That's how we're going to be doing this. And for those who might be newer to this channel and they're wondering why I do things that kind of seem simplified, it's because I post on this channel every day that I can. And I'm also making skits like NFL therapy and stuff like that where I don't have time to actually insert 32 different graphics of players and match it all up and sync it and everything. I'd love to, but I would not be posting every day if I did. So anyway, the first team we're going to talk about is the Atlanta Falcons. Who is their scariest player right now? If you're asking me, I'm going to still say it's Kyle Pitts. I know they don't use him to his fullest potential, but that is a scary human being. 6'6", has a wingspan of a pterodactyl and runs a 4.4 40. If he had a competent, accurate quarterback, this guy would probably be one of the most dominant players in the game. Moving on, we got the Panthers. I want to say Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard because they're scary bad, but that doesn't really qualify. I would either say Brian Burns or Derek Brown. They're big sons of bitches. Probably Brian Burns, though. I see a little bit more out of him. Now we got the Titans. Will Levis, D-Hop, Derrick Henry. Realistically, I think Derrick Henry probably is still the scariest player on that offense, and he is a scary-ass player. He's scary because he looks scary. He's scary because he's scary good, and he's scary because if you try to tackle him, there's a good chance you're going to be thrown on a not top 10 highlight reel. Moving on, we got the Bills. This one's Josh Allen. He's by far the scariest player on that team, dude. He gets a fire lit in his eyes sometimes where I think it's literally not a human being behind it. Josh Allen is one of those players that your team faces, and whether you want to admit it or not, some people are very open about it. You think to yourself, oh fuck, we've got to face him. He gives off a very similar aura to Patrick Mahomes, except the thing with Josh Allen is you can't just game plan for one thing because he's got so many different things he excels at, including the run. Now we got the Raiders. So, the scariest player should be Max Crosby, but it's not. It's actually angry Davante Adams. The Davante Adams I saw last night on the bench, that is the scariest person on that team, dude. He was pissed, and I'm pretty sure I lip read him calling Jimmy G a stupid ass bitch or something like that. Like, he does not want to be there. All right, next team is the Dolphins. That's Tyreek, obviously. I mean, that's a guy that can catch a pass for 8 yards and turn it into 90 yards in the blink of an eye. I think Jalen Waddle's a pretty scary guy too, as well as a Kane and Mostert. I mean, they got a terrifying roster, but nobody compares to Tyreek. Dallas. Micah Parsons, however, CeeDee Lamb is a fucking pretty scary receiver, dude. And people really don't like to give him credit because he's a Dallas Cowboy, but he is an explosive kind of scary player. Patriots. Do they have a scary player right now? I don't think Judon's playing. Christian Gonzalez isn't playing. Kendrick Bourne just got hurt. He probably would have been the scariest player. Don't they actually have like a pretty good linebacker there? Josh Uch? I'll probably go with him because I can't think of anybody that's scary. And yeah, you guys beat the Bills. I'm not taking anything from that. Now we got Green Bay. Not Jair. Not Christian Watson. Not Jordan Love. Not AJ Dillon. Aaron Jones? Maybe. Romeo Doubs? Maybe. Rashawn Gary? I mean, physically, yeah, probably him, but I don't know who I'm scared of on the Packers. I would say Aaron Jones. If he really gets the chains moving and has a good day, he can be a pretty brutal running back to face. But this team right now is looking like Weenie Hut Jr. from SpongeBob. I'm not scared of a whole lot over there. Now we got the Texans. I don't think I fear one player. Maybe CJ Stroud. I guess, you know, majority of the year he's been locked in, like really locked in for a rookie, but like nobody else that really scares me. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, I guess he punishes the ground with his feet, but they don't really have like a reaper on their team. And Will Anderson, has he got a sack yet this year? Maybe one. They don't got a lot there. Now moving on, we got the Colts. Now my answer here is DeForest Buckner. However, Shaquille Leonard would qualify if I had heard his name one time this year. I think he's been playing. He just really hasn't been doing much. And a contender for the scariest player on the Colts is actually Gardner Minshew because he is unpredictable, and unpredictability is terrifying. All right, next team we got is Jacksonville. That one's Trevor. He can be a demon. Like I said, this year's been kind of slow for him, but we saw it last year, especially in the playoff game. He can go from having one of the worst performances you've ever seen to turning into Patrick Mahomes Bizarro mode. Chargers, Derwin James. Not Herbert, not Keenan, not Bosa, not Khalil Mack. Nope, it's Derwin James because he can hit somebody hard enough to literally knock the head off of their body. If I was playing the Chargers and I was a receiver and I caught the ball, I honestly think I would just fall to the ground. I would Tyler Lockett it every single time. That's the only team where Tyler Lockett can do it, and I will not blame him. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, nobody wants to play him unless they're the Broncos. I gotta troll when I can. They've beaten him once out of like, what, the last 10 years? Arizona. I would say Buddha, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually gonna say Kyler here. As much as I don't like him, he could potentially make your team's life a living hell if he's on. He's one of those players, man, that not only is he going to throw the ball, but he is going to run around, and he's actually quite good at throwing on the run, too, so there's really never a safe spot when you can stop watching him. Tampa Bay. Vita Vea does scare me because he could kill me with one punch or the flick of a finger even. However, the scariest player on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is still Big Mike. He is one of those guys that you have to actively try and shut down every single play of every game because if you let him slip even one time, it's a bomb and you're going to pay the price. Chicago. DJ Moore. He's been a great receiver this year. He's been a scary receiver too. He's been both dominant and he's been a receiver to catch a ball for about a 5-yard gain and turn it into a 90-yard touchdown. And now we got the Bengals. Jamar Chase, and I would say Joe because you don't want to play him as a quarterback, but I don't know who was talking about it. It might have been Frank Clark. He pointed it out the best. Joe is just, he's too polite. He's too nice to be scared of, to be actually terrified of. Jamar Chase, literally ever since he told the media I'm always fucking open, he's been catching like 10 balls a game, dude. He's been an absolute demon. All right, next team we got is the Rams. Aaron Donald, I mean, I know he's old, and I know Cooper Kupp is a menacing receiver, and probably Puka Nacua to some people too, but Aaron Donald, as long as that man is playing on a team, I will be mortified of him. I'll be mortified for my quarterback, and I'll be mortified going to bed because I'm gonna have a nightmare of him chasing me through a fucking tunnel. Washington, Chase Young, 6'5", 265 pounds, reminds me of the damn Predator. I know Jonathan Allen's a scary guy too, but something tells me Chase Young could literally hit you into next week. The Broncos. I would say Pat Surtain because he is their scariest player, but Russell Wilson is the scariest human being on that roster. He is legitimately fucking weird. He's creepy. Cleveland. Myles Garrett is terrifying. Myles Garrett is more scary than Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, the Predator, Alien, the Texan Chainsaw Massacre, Chucky, Leprechaun. I mean, anything. Myles Garrett is scarier than that. Baltimore. Justin Tucker. Because you know that when the game is on the line and he is going to try and kick for a win, it doesn't matter where you put that ball. He is gonna find a way to make that kick, and he is gonna find a way to ruin your entire fucking day. And I know this year he's missed like 3 kicks already, but I'm not taking anything away from Tuck money. That man will ruin your life. And now we're on to the Vikings. Justin Jefferson, by far. I know he's hurt right now, and if I couldn't pick him, I would pick Harrison Smith if I'm being 100% honest. Kind of like the Derwin James effect. He can hit you so hard he'll kill you. But Justin Jefferson is an absolute menace, and you should fear him. All right, moving on, we got the Saints. Rashid Shaheed, however you say his name, I always say it wrong. He is the scariest man on that team. I've been saying it for 3 years, dude. That man is incapable of making an ordinary play. Every time he touches the ball, it's a fucking highlight reel. Giants. Probably Kayvon Thibodeau. They just traded Leonard Williams, so it's not him. It's not Dexter. Well, maybe it's Dexter, but I'll just go with Kayvon, and it's nobody on their offense. Now we got Detroit. Well, okay, Dan Campbell doesn't count. We can't say Dan Campbell, so I'm gonna have to go with Hutch. Aiden Hutchinson. He scares me, especially with the face paint under one eye. It makes him look like he's some sort of Viking straight out of God of War Ragnarok, and he's gonna come throw a hammer through my head. Now we got the Jets. Probably Quinnen Williams. I don't like playing against Quinnen Williams ever. He is a monster. He's a very gentle giant when it comes to his personality. Crazy nice guy, but he is brutal to play against. Philadelphia. AJ Brown. For one, he looks scary. For two, you can't tackle him. And for three, if you don't throw him the ball, he's gonna scream at you. Steelers. TJ Watt. Very, very easy one there. Seattle. DK Metcalf, he's the boogeyman. He's the OG boogeyman. You want to see what a scary NFL player looks like? You want to see a scary play? Go watch him hawk down Budda Baker on what should have been a pick 6 once. A man that big should not be moving that fucking fast. And finally, we've got the frauds. I would say Shanahan's the scariest because he cannot win a game coming out of the first half if you guys are down by 3. But George Kittle, even though he's one of the most likable players, he is a psychopath. And you know he is a psychopath. He'd be one of the guys that you're hanging out with at like a bar and he's the life of the party. He's laughing, he's having fun, he's buying everybody around, and then something bad happens, like let's say someone comes in and starts trying to pick a fight with one of his friends. Then he turns into Venom from Spider-Man 2 and fucks up everybody in the bar. That's who he is. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is me saying the scariest player on every NFL team currently. I really hope you guys liked this video. I hope it fit the Halloween theme of the day, and I hope you guys didn't take it too serious if you disagree with me. Some of you guys really do have some anger problems. Anyway, show support if you guys did like this video. You already know I'm gonna edit this so you can watch it on time. I hope you have a great holiday, stay safe, and as always, I will see you in the next video.